rights, justice for every man. Say what you think, what you think, what you think, what you think about justice. What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about love. Why all the segregation? We all are but one nation. Oh, let us unite as one. Let us unite. What you think, what you think, what you think, what you think about justice. What you know, what you know, what you know, what you know about love. Why all the segregation? We all are but one nation. Oh, let us unite as one. Let us unite as one.
Good morning and welcome to Policing with You this morning. I am your host, Inspector Shauna Francis Edwards, and with me I have as my guest Superintendent Lyndon David. We always come here from time to time bringing you information useful for everyone, and today is no different. This morning we will be touching on event applications for persons who want to hold various activities, which includes loud music and bands and DJs and that kind of stuff. So stay tuned as we bring to you the procedure and what you expect to do and what we are expected to do and the rules and regulations that you should follow when you get approval. So without further ado, Mr. David.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, Inspector Edwards, GQ. My friends out there in Radioland and the various media platforms, I am Superintendent Lyndon David, and it's indeed a pleasure to be here to share information with you, the general public. And the Royal St. Kitts Nevis Police Force, we are always happy to share information to ensure that things go according to expectations. Today we are looking at the application to host an event. And many times we look at how the laws are flowing so that persons can avoid becoming the same persons who breach the laws and have the various consequences. So today we are here to enlighten you, to ensure that you get better knowledge and information to continue making your good applications.
All right. Thank you. And remember that you are free to call in, especially those persons who might have concerns with applications that they would have made requests for, or if you intend to apply for an event through our police.kn portal. Mr. David, could you give us a small synopsis of how this process works?
Okay, well, first you have to have your computer, your cell phone that has access to the internet. Mm-hmm. And once you have so, you go to police.kn. And once you reach to police.kn, you will see the page, and you see the home page. All you have to do now is just click on event permission. Mm-hmm. Click on event permission, and once you click on event permission, that page will be displayed. Now it has applicant type for the general details. So that part has two sections, yes. General details and event details. Mm-hmm. So the general details, you look at applicant and you just click on that. It's either an individual, business or organization. Once you make your selection, you can go down that entire part of the page. You will see event type. Mm-hmm. You look at it, you click on that and you will see a drop-down box that will display a number of things there. You select the one that best fit your event. Okay. Having done so, you will then have to go over to the island, and you have just one of two choices. You select the island on which you will be having the event, and then from there you go to event subtype. So the event subtype, once you click on an event, you click on that, and then also there will be a drop-down box, and you just click whichever one that best fits the event as well. Having done so, you will then have to enter the event name, whatever name you have it. If it is a wedding, it's a wedding, a funeral. If it is a birthday party, whatever it is, you insert that. Or you could say Paul's, Paul and Jane wedding anniversary. I don't know. And then automatically what will be on the page, the date the application was made. So you don't have to fill that in, but the start date and time and the end date and time will also be displayed, and you insert those. And then you have the event description. You put in the event description, whatever you want to give it. However, when it comes to a march, a motorcade, sometimes you will see a drop-down box that asks for the route.
Yes.
And you insert the different streets and wherever you will be traveling.
Yes.
Having completed that first part, you click Save. Once you click Save now, you will move down to the event details. Now, if you do not complete this section, it will not move on to the other page. Right? It will not move to the other page. So you have to ensure that you have that well done.
Yes.
Right? You have to ensure that you have that well done. Then you will go to the event details. And once you reach the event details, there'll be a number of things that will be asked of you, and you will have to ensure that you put them in. Now, let me put it this way. I always have to call persons and go through it. It will ask for you will see a section that says owner applicant information. Right? Some people will have a business and they'll put in a business name. We're not looking for the name of a business, or if it is a government department, we're not looking for the name of the department. Someone name. So whenever we have an issue, we can call and speak with that person in order to have it done. Right? And once we have that completed, then you move on. You will ask for a liquor license. So if it is a restaurant or bar, so you will have a liquor license.
Yes.
But if you do not have a liquor license, you will have to go to Inland Revenue and get a temporary liquor license, and then you upload it on the platform. It also asks for a photo of the applicant
and
or the organizer.
This is very important.
And what we find, some people put an ID, but you should take a photo on a plain background, passport size photo, and you upload it there.
Yes.
Then it will also ask for...
when we say plain background, we mean a white background.
White, yes.
Don't just say plain, a white background.
Yes.
Because we've been getting pictures with all kind of things happening in the back. Right. So we don't want that.
Right. And then you will also find that we have... there are some persons who would want to like say they went to a wedding in a wedding dress, and all these things. So we're saying don't do that plain background.
Yeah, just a white background.
Yeah, white background we want. And then you will also find that there are some persons who will also send their ID as the photo. Yes, we can do a number of things, but we want you to familiarize yourselves with the system. So try to get all that done one time.
Yes.
One of the things I realized, doing it on a phone can be complicated. Everything is smaller, but when you have a laptop or a tablet, you can really get through well.
Yes.
Now, once it asks you for ID, it must be one that is not expired. Now, it will ask for an email address. If you're the one who will be receiving the information, because we're aware that people make the application for persons.
True.
Ensure that whosoever will be making the payment, they're the ones whose email address should be inserted. Because once any response will be given, and there's a link will be also sent for the payment. Sometimes you can edit it because some people don't have the information. So you have to ensure put that in. Now, there's a section where it speaks to, like I said, the owner or the applicant, the venue permission document.
Our business license.
Or business license. So the venue permission document, if the venue is not yours, say for example someone want to have it in Independence Square,
Yes.
you will have to get permission from Parks and Beaches, and you
Yep.
upload the document there, and you're good to go. If it is in a building, sometimes you'll find that there's a section there that speaks to fire safety.
Yes.
And the
it depends
occupancy.
on the activity.
Yes.
We'll get into that too.
So you will have to put all that information in, get approval from the fire department, who will come do the necessary inspection to make sure everything is going well. And sometimes too, you, depending on the event, you will have to have something there where you get tax clearance.
Tax clearance.
You know, so persons who have these big events, I guess some of you are aware, if you do it all the time, you will see persons from the Inland Revenue Department come around to check to make sure you're fulfilling what you say you would do.
Yes.
And also too, when it comes to the acts about children, there are some events that are children friendly, and there are some that, to some point, it will be children friendly, and there are another point it will not be children friendly. And let me explain what I mean by this. One point it's children friendly, and another time it's not. After, based on the law, after 10 o'clock, we know that persons of a particular age should be at home. If they are out, they should be with a parent or a responsible adult, whether they be adopted parent or whatever, a bigger brother, with whom the parents approve, not on their own volition. And we are hoping that applicants, when they see that, they will ensure that their gate men or gate women will enforce it.
Yes.
If you're in doubt, ask for ID. Once someone looks very young and it's already after 10, and you ask for ID and the person's giving issues, you can say, look, kindly leave until you can provide something to show that you're an adult.
Yep.
So we encourage applicants, make sure you have children not participating in these events that will create a stir, and in which that we make it unlawful for children to be there. Like I said, after 10 o'clock,
After 10 p.m.
we don't want children to be there unless, as the law provides,
Yes.
with a parent also. But I will say to the parents, certain events where you will have lewdness, vulgarity and so forth. Don't want to take a child a heavy drinking and heavy smoking, and the smoking doesn't have to be marijuana, it could be cigarette, cigar. They shouldn't be experiencing those, because if they start to do them themselves at that particular age,
That's
that
another
parent
set.
also-
That's
yes.
another set of problems.
Yes.
That's
So I
another set
will
of
pause
problems.
there just to give that is just to give a highlight as to something that we have there. But the other thing, when it comes to bands too, once you click ban, a section will come to say the names of the bands. You put in the
Yes.
bands so that we, the police, we know the bands. Because once we see band, we start to look at certain things, safety and security. So if you know it's what they call a house band,
Yes.
or it's a church, it's your church band, there will be no violence to these things.
Right.
But the bands where you have a large crowd to
Well,
be reveling.
I would say we do not expect to have
Expect.
any violence at these things.
Yes.
But sometimes you just can't predict how people will behave.
Right.
And that is another safeguard. So once you say you're going to have a band, then we start to look at your application in a different light.
Yes. And some people say DJ, but we know there are some DJs that like bands. So we have to look. So now,
Yes.
someone out there might say, but what's so special about bands and certain DJs? Well, we're saying to you, they draw large crowds.
Yes.
And because you have alcohol consumption, chances of the breaking of the law has increased.
Double-fold.
Yes. And we do have a lot of that.
Double-fold.
So we are saying to you, for this now, the applicant will say, oh, I will have my private security, I don't want a police. But we're saying that once we look at these things, police presence will be required.
Yes.
Will be required for safety and security. So, however, when that police security is required, there's a fee for that. From the police end, we call it extra duty payment.
Yes.
But basically, you have to have the police there for safety and security. Once we do our analysis and realize that it has to be. If the person doesn't want the police to be there, well, we may have to decline that, because the greater society, we have to look for that.
That is
Right?
true.
We have to look for the safety of the greater part of society. And we're appealing to applicants at this time. Before you could start to look at private security, look at the type of event and then say, look, let me consult the police to see something. Because we don't want persons to burden themselves down to have to pay for private security, police, and all sort of things. We understand what it is.
Yes.
But remember, there are jobs that private security will do, and there are jobs that the police will not do. So the private security, if they say crime happening in front of them, they may not want to touch it. But we cannot ignore it. We have to. Now, to enforce the event manager's mandate, private security will do that. Look here, you have to put on your shoes when you come inside here. You have to have a button-up shirt. Otherwise, you cannot come in. No sleeveless, no short pants. You know what I mean? Right. We will not enforce that at the police unless that police officer is working in his own private capacity. But once we are working for the state, we are looking at crimes and safety and security. We also look at, DJs. Now, like I said, there's somebody said, but why you want police to the DJ? But there are some DJs, I tell you, these guys are like
they're
bands.
Popular. They're like bands.
Right? And we have to look at...
They pull a great crowd.
So then when we look at the area again, where you're going to have it, we know well it's a good cross-section of the community who enjoy these events will be there.
Yes.
So we have to look for safety, not only to prevent crime and the crime and so forth, but also we have to look for traffic arrangement, traffic management.
Yes. Because
we may have to have persons from the traffic department here to direct traffic here, block a road here, prevent parking here, you know. So these are other things. And I guess some of the promoters are aware. You know, we have some events coming up. We have one over Canary. And we are...
On Saturday.
Yes. We're in discussions with them and we are also really putting our things in place. Another thing we have in the application as well is that of...
Expected?
Yes, expected
number of persons.
So you have male, female, and children, you know, and then you have to insert that. If you don't put it in, well, you should not apply either because you have nobody at your event. You know, you have nobody at the event. We also look at if your music gonna be a disturbance to the neighborhood. We tell it only to a level that it will not disturb persons. However, we know sometimes we get calls and some person feel like, okay, I apply already to the police, so nobody could tell me nothing. No. Someone complain, the police can also come and tell you to lower the volume and encourage you. Mm-hmm. And if you fail to do so, we have to come back 2-3 times and say, you know, something, shut it off because you're not respecting the rights of the community.
Not
and
only
at the
that,
same time,
breach.
you are totally have no regard for the police come and tell you that you're in breach.
Yep.
Right? So the permit doesn't mean say that you have a total right to disturb the entire neighborhood and nobody should complain. Once people start to complain, your right to have your event start to have some restrictions on it.
Yes.
Right? So we want persons to just comply where that is concerned.
All right, we'll take a break here and we'll come back. When we come back, we expect to get calls from, like I say, whether promoters or persons who want to apply for events through our portal, and we will give you further information.
5 remarkable women step into the spotlight, each ready to lead, ready to inspire, and ready to be crowned in power. On Tuesday, December 23rd, the Warner Park Cricket Stadium becomes the stage for one unforgettable night as our 2025 Queen Ambassadors compete for the most prestigious crown in the Federation. Meet the contenders: Liberty Woodley, Miss First Federal Cooperative Credit Union; Alicia Nisbet, Miss Urban Development Corporation; Tayrani Phillip, Miss Sankit's Music Festival; Treasure Didier, Miss Azul Printers; and Adol Archibald, Miss Carib Brewery SKN Limited. 5 women, 5 powerful journeys, 1 crown. Join us as they deliver elegance, confidence, and Kittitian pride in a pageant experience that celebrates brilliance, voice, and strength. The Miss St. Kitts and Nevis Queen Pageant, crowned in power, on Tuesday, December 23rd at Warner Park Cricket Stadium. Tickets available at skncarnival.com. Sugar Mass 54. Sweet to the core.
This Christmas, add postpaid for a festive win-win. We're gifting you a 50-inch smart TV or a $400 Amazon gift card. When you add a Flow postpaid mobile plan to your home internet, you can celebrate the most wonderful time of the year with a big screen or big shopping. Let us upsize your TV or clear your Amazon cart. Either way, you come out on top. Add postpaid to internet today for your festive win-win. Visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply.
Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never, so why all the hurry? Plenty mishaps. The road is now a racetrack, threatening life and property.
Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Shano, and good morning to your guest.
Yes.
Shano, I got a few things to talk about. Very challenging. Very damaging to the country because the siege yesterday in Port Zante. Number one, this ain't no bashing no police. Yesterday I down Port Zante and packed tarmac from the arrival right up to the bar. And two young police with assault rifle. I myself speak to Adams when he was in charge about it, and he eliminated. These tourists, when they see assault rifle, it's mass shooting around the world, they get very scared. This country have to make money. You cannot get officers coming down there with big guns, scaring the tourists. They're coming up to locals. What's going on? Something wrong? Nah. We want the supervisors, them, my good friend, Chavez, please to be aware what's going on down Port Zante. We cannot get them kind of things. $1 contribute to the dim economy at this moment. Please, a calling on IO. The High Command, or IO. I know I could do better because I properly loan from Stafford, Queely, and the rest. Long time man before handling them. You understand the job. Do the job properly. Don't let these things happening. And next thing I want to talk about is the control. And some of the young ones coming down there and smoking between the people. You don't know who said. You don't know who got asthma. I see matters down there. I see problem down there where people smoking, the tourists them. One woman partly faint in front of me and buy fish. You can't do it. We want them kind of things. Citizens, I think it's a name. It's got to understand. Think it's going to make money. He has to make money. So appealing to the sergeant who is there with you. And others in the high command. Talk to this young officer. I guess he had a supervisor. In where be killed, but the supervisor ain't on the ground, the supervisor in the vehicle, and this young little girl, it look like she in the force, maybe just a year or two, moving down, heading to the... No, we don't want them kind of thing. Another thing jump out to me is that, Shano, the sergeant there just talk about noisy music. We don't want higher control noisy music, just boy function. These bushmen on the road are going to control them. It's terrible. It's getting out of hand. And we're going to tolerate it. Have a good morning. This is Jamdong, eh?
Thank you,
Poor people
caller.
depend on. And I believe I love this country than anybody else. Have a good morning. Secure.
Thank
Heal
you.
up.
Heal up, my brother. Heal up.
The callers' comments or complaints are noted.
Yes. So, just want to highlight something else again when it comes to the application, especially for marches. We know sometimes marches and motorcade, because the marches and motorcade, they come in the same. Have a next call? Okay, we take the call.
Good morning, caller.
We lost that call.
Oh, we lost that call.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, so I was saying that marches and motorcades, we not only have pedestrians, but we have vehicles.
Vehicles, yes.
So we also have to take a lot of that into consideration as well. And sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time we have police officers escorting them, because for traffic control, now we have the traffic lights in
Yes.
Bastille. You can no longer have a civilian who will be trying to assist traffic. Police must be there, because once the police in uniform goes in traffic point where the lights are, the police will be takes
Yes.
precedence for that time that it could be that urgent errand. So we want to ensure that we let persons know that the marches and the motorcades, they're very complicated. You have
Yes.
pedestrian and vehicles at the same time moving through the streets, and it can really cause a delay in traffic.
Good morning, caller. Oh, we lost that caller too.
Yes. So these kind of events, we know that they are not at a stationary point. So it causes a disruption to vehicular traffic,
Yes.
and sometimes also to pedestrian traffic.
Yes.
Because you have pedestrians will be moving on the sidewalk, and they will have to cross from one side of the road to the other.
Yes.
And that could cause a delay. So we are appealing to our people that when these marches and processions are taking place, if you can move to them safely, do so. Otherwise, wait until they have passed. Don't try to pass and then something happen. We prefer that safety be paramount. Right? We prefer safety to be paramount.
Yes.
Also included is a number. Most of the time we get a 465 number from a business establishment. But the cell numbers, we are encouraging persons to ensure that the number is correct. So when something is wrong and we want to call you urgently, we can do so and communicate with you. We have something on the
A local cell number,
Yeah, local cell
preferably,
number, yes.
because sometimes people apply for events and they have a US number or they have another Caribbean number.
Yeah.
The local phone number is best because we can reach you quickly at that number.
right, and also too, you'll find that some persons will give another person's number, right, and then that other person not making themselves available. So in the system, we have something that's a query. And once that query is ticked, there's no adjustment could be made to it unless that person from their end make the necessary adjustment. So we are saying to you, to avoid this, and plus it causes a delay in your application being approved.
Yes.
So once you make an application, pay attention to your email. Once you see something from the police come, respond, check it out quickly and respond if you have to respond quickly, or do what you have to do and respond so your application can be approved as quickly as possible.
Right. And if you do not respond, that application will be denied.
Indeed.
And then that will be more issues for the applicant.
Yes, yes. And the form as well, it has the police jurisdiction. And you have to ensure you know which police station responsible for your area, or the area in which you're going to have the application.
Yes.
Because if you click it wrong, for example, we have Division A, Division B, Division C. If you click an area in Division C, and for some reason everything went through and so forth, and it shows that
Your event is now going to
your
be in
event-
Nevis.
right, somebody may see it, they may leave it alone, they may decline it. But I can't recall we ever had an incident like that. But just to let persons look at the farm very carefully to see where the event is going to be held, right? It's just something I just want to address with Jam Down mentioned.
Okay.
In terms of the young police officers. On a regular basis, yes, we speak to junior ranks regarding best practices and good work ethic. And we are hoping that our officers will actually apply them to the fullest. But there are times that some persons may veer off. And we're glad that you called, bring it to the attention of us so that we can analyze it and make the necessary corrective measures to prevent them from happening again. So I want to thank you, Jam Dong. And like you say, it's not a criticism, but you're just highlighting things. And I like them because we're not going to see everything. We're not going to hear everything. But when somebody can bring it to our attention, we'll be able to address them to prevent them from happening again.
Yes. He always make good contributions to our shows.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes. In addition to the application, when you get back your response, especially those who would have applied for a function where they're going to have bands, there is a fee that is paid to the police depending on the number of hours and the number of officers that will be providing the security for your event. That money should be paid at least 36 hours prior to the event. At least 36 hours prior to the event. Now, if your event is on Sunday, we do not expect you to want to go and pay it on Saturday, because the office for that department does not open on Saturdays. It's Monday to Friday. So you try to get your monies paid at least by the Thursday. That makes it easier, so that by the time you pay, then we can go and approve your event. Persons have to bear in mind that the police have to be paid, and when they finish working, they're going to look for their pay. So before your event, you go and you pay, we approve the event, and when the police finish working, then they get their monies. That's how it should be.
Indeed. And as you mentioned that, you remember mentioning about the music,
Yes.
right? And we can close it down now because you play. Now another thing that can happen again. Say we in the response with the application, some of the requirements or conditions.
Yes.
That children should not be there, and the police go and see a number of children. Your event can be closed down because you breach
The conditions. Yes.
right? Because it says here, it's always on it. Permission can be withdrawn at any time in the interest of public order and public safety.
Yes.
You know, and it also says failure to comply by conditions resulting in this permission being withdrawn or court proceedings being brought against you. So
Definitely.
we are encouraging persons to just be a good modeled citizen, that you're complying with all the rules and the conditions of the application, and not just the application but the laws as well, you know. And once we do this, we realize mostly all of the events will be well conducted and hardly any violence. I would like to speak to something when it comes to application. We have seen where a number of applications were issued and persons gone to enjoy themselves, and then persons go there and mad at event.
Yes, that is so true.
We're saying to organizers, promoters, and owners, once you see something going to happen, don't be afraid to call the police. Because if it is proven that you're not having control of your property or your events, and people are getting injured, near death and so forth, it causes a problem for you, because it shows that you're not properly managing your events. And we would like persons to have their events conducted, as opposed to that every time James have an event, somebody gets stabbed up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That will really cause public order and safety security concerns.
Yes.
So we are saying to you, don't just rely on the police to look out for you. Help look for yourself as well.
Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning. I'm glad I get in. I'm happy you are speaking about events. And here is my question. When are the police going to improve and change things where you have persons who leave from home and go deliberately to cause fight in a session? And the dance have to finish, as you all have said, premature. Right? What are you all doing about these particular individuals? Because it's becoming a pattern where you get a permit up until 2 a.m. and by 11, fight broke out, the event finish. The vendors them lose. You just said earlier that the promoters have to pay a fee, right? That has gone down the drain. The promoter have to pay the entertainers, right? Sometimes the entertainer work with them, sometimes they don't. But in a nutshell, what are you all doing? What will be done? Because we're now in the heart of the festive season. A lot of activities will be happening. There's one coming up on the weekend, rumors, something like that, right? And we cannot continue to have this type of behavior continue and the police just shut the dance down. It's alleged, and I use the word alleged, that sometimes the officers who are on duty because of a fight, they deliberately end the dance because they don't want to work as well as sometimes the graveyard shift. So we need to stamp out that, and we need to be a bit more professional in how we work with each other. Because entertainment brings money, entertainment brings joy, entertainment brings fun. So again, what will be done? And before I go, the smoking. What is being done about the smoking? Because I know you all give designated area for smoking, but hence, when you go, smoke blind in your face. And I don't want to offend the smokers, but you must respect persons who don't smoke. There are a lot of persons who are asthmatic, and a lot of persons just can't take the smoke. So if you give them an area, each event will have an area, and then those persons supposed to be in that area smoking, or the security on the hand supposed to tell them, hey, you are not in the smoking area. Can you go in the smoking area? If they don't, you put them on the dance. We have to be a bit more serious. We have to get a bit more serious and a bit more professional in our work. Thank you for listening, and I'll continue to listen after here, and I'll wait for the response.
Thank you, caller.
Got another call? The caller sounds like a promoter, organizer. But what I would say to you, caller, is that you called in at the time when I was saying that apart from the police will be going out and do their normal duties to make sure your event is safe, that you too have to have some measures in place. For example, with Cricket World Cup and cricket and so forth, I love what they do. They will tell you what they want in the venue and what they don't want. You as a promoter, you also could say what you want and what you don't want in your venue.
Definitely.
You say, look here, no smoking period, right? No this, no that. And if you fail to comply, you'll be ejected. Don't look at the money. They don't pay the money. Let them know you lose your money. People, we need to put things in place to bring about good order and discipline. Don't leave everything for the police, because if a crime is not committed, there's a challenge. So we have to ensure that you put things in place. Now, smoking is forbidden in a public place. You know what I mean? And the law describe how that should be dealt with. But we're saying, once a person see, okay, over in the left-hand corner, you have a group of guys over there smoking, the promoter should be in that conscious mind to say, look, I don't want these people to mess up my thing. There are a bunch of people over here don't agree with the smoking, and they've been coming to me complaining. Mm-hmm. Officer,
good morning, caller. We have a caller. Good morning, caller.
Yes, Shana, good morning again. I want to say two more things before I leave for the day. Bucky just make some points there, and he's so right. But what I want to get to the High Command and the inspectors at the station is that from now till Carnival time, make sure the security down there beef up, especially on the food court. Because when you're getting down there, you could imagine, Shana, when down there, was first opened because it's original. You used to get guests coming from the hotel to have dinner down there. No, that don't happen. We people, the vagabond behavior cause these people to just distant in this area. Every minute, black people stabbing up one another. Ignorance. A calling on Chavez to get the strike force or the other one, some kind of officers down there. Whether 3 or 4 of them, based down there from 6 to whenever function. And they have to do the government work. They've got to give us security. So we calling on you all. Because I don't see what's going on down there, and me ain't going to stay silent with them kind of things because I think it's got to make money. The next thing I want to talk about, Shana, is that when these young officers come in, they must come with small gun, man, the big gun, and Rose down there doing a very good job. She down by the welcome hall, trying to keep the peace down there between the vagabond taxi man them. She can't be everywhere because only she, especially me, could call on. You understand? Because the rest of them look like they're afraid of these guys. And we're going to tolerate that, you know. And the calling and the commissioner, you know. If the government gives you book to ticket these guys for smoking in public like that, President is a big place. Go up by the wax and smoke and come back. When you want to come between people, this is jam down. And I love here more than anybody else. Have a good morning.
Thank you, Jam Down.
And the next call.
Yep. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I'm not a promoter and I'm not a vendor, but a senior citizen asked me a question when you was explaining because it's easier to go through where you have to do all the things online. She was working out if she cannot go to the old time system and come into the police and pull out the same forms for loud music or whatever function people have. So that's what I really wanted to find out. And for me, I think you all should always put some officers down at the west side bus terminal. It's terrible down there now, so you can imagine what it's going to be like. It'll be really hard to be seen. So please, lots of things goes on there, man. Just 2 mornings ago, it took me about almost more than 15 minutes to get from Westbourne Gut to Ram Supermarket. Because buses keep on stopping, putting off passengers and collecting passengers out in the street by the bus terminal. And I actually saw about 3 green lights come on and go off between Westbourne Gut and College Street. So please for me. Thank you.
Most appreciated. One more? Okay. So in terms of the...
We gotta go.
Yeah. So in my wrapping up, I will let our friends know that we, members of the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force, will continue to ensure that our country remain a safe place where we can do things that we enjoy and we love our family, and so that we can get work done and visitors can come and enjoy what we have here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We continue to appeal to our citizens to, at all times, be persons who love persons and don't want to see persons get injured, so you can out and injured people. As we are speaking on the topic of event permission, many people spend money to have an event in order to make money and to ensure that person come and enjoy themselves. Do not use the event to go and settle scores. If you're having a disagreement, go to the police, or if it is something that is civil, go to a lawyer so that it can be dealt with legally and lawfully. Yeah. So everyone, do enjoy the rest of the day, and may God continue to bless each and every one of us and our beautiful federation.
Right. Thank you, Mr. David, for your wrapping up, but I just want to reiterate one thing. Remember, the promoters, when you are promoting and sending out posters, ensure that you put something on there that says adults only, 18 and over. That is very important for us going forward. And thank you again for our callers who would have made our show possible this morning and made it what it was. And we are grateful to all of you for listening to Police with You, week in and week out. May you continue to prosper, and season's greetings to all.
Tell me what you think about equal rights.
10:01 in the studio. Coming up next, we will be having a discussion with the Minister of Public Infrastructure, Energy